I know. No, it's not terrible. They've done a really good job. Well, here, let's start. Good evening, everyone. We're going to go ahead and start the City Council meeting. Thank you for being here this evening. We'll go ahead and start with the invocation by Mayor Pro Tem Herman along with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you can please stand if you're willing and able.
Please join me. Heavenly Father, we ask you bless this meeting tonight and watch over us and give us the wisdom to make good decisions on behalf of our city and all the residents here. We ask that you look over our city and all of our neighbors and friends in need, especially in this time of food insecurity, and help people survive and get the resources that they need. We also ask your blessing upon all of our first responders, police, fire, as well as our military and everyone abroad in the world to help keep this safe. And of course, we ask you just to guide us to make these decisions tonight and watch over all of our citizens and all of the world. In your name we pray. Amen.
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 Please join me in the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Matt. Okay, Adriana, if you can please accept for the record that all of the council are here.
So noted.
Thank you. So for the minutes.
Mayor Fitzgibbons, I move we consider the minutes of the regular city council meeting of October 20th, 2025 as presented.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. On to the claims.
Mayor Fitzgibbons, I move that we approve the list of claims report for October the 15th through October the 28th, 2025.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the claims. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So meeting agenda. I know we have executive session, so you probably want to move that ahead, or the reports ahead.
Mayor Fitzgibbons, I move that we move reports ahead of the executive session.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second to approve the agenda as amended. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, special presentations. So we have two presentations today, and I don't know, is there anyone here from Casa Alliance? Okay, I don't think so. I thought someone was going to be here today, but I'm going to go ahead and read a proclamation that we had for Red Ribbon Week. So I'll go ahead and read this here, since I don't think Retta is here. Let's see. Whereas the City of Casa Grande values the health and safety of all our citizens, and whereas substance abuse is particularly damaging to one of our most valuable resources, our children, and contributing factor in the 3 leading causes of death for teenagers, accidents, homicides, and suicides. And whereas is the goal of Red Ribbon Week and the City of Casa Grande to involve families, schools, businesses, churches, law enforcement agencies, and service organizations in all aspects of this campaign and establish an atmosphere that supports awareness, education, and ongoing initiatives to prevent drug abuse. And whereas the Red Ribbon Week campaign was established by Congress in 1988 to encourage a drug-free lifestyle and involvement on drug prevention efforts. And whereas on October 23rd through the 31st has been designated a National Red Ribbon Week, which encourages Americans to wear a red ribbon to show their support for a drug-free environment. And whereas Casa Grande Alliance is one of the local leading substance abuse prevention coalition who is committed to promoting prevention in our community, CGA is partnering with the National Guard, Casa Grande Police Department, Casa Grande Fire, Border Patrol, DEA, and community partner agencies. Casa Grande Alliance will be engaging students in fun educational prevention activities at local, middle, and high schools. So I therefore proclaim October 23rd through the 31st as Red Ribbon Week. Week. And as you all know, that was last week. The Casa Grande Alliance had activities going on through all of the schools. And I know there was one picture, I don't know if you want to show, Stephen, at Casa Grande Union High School, where they had a commitment from students to pledge that they will live drug-free. So just appreciate all the efforts that Casa Grande Alliance and all of our public safety, organizations and their support for Red Ribbon Week. So I'll make sure I get this to Greta. I don't see her here, so I'm not sure why she's not here, but we'll get that to her. So our second presentation is, I'll go ahead and step down for this one. Let me get my notes here. Where did they go? There they are. Okay, so this is a presentation in recognition of Bonnie and Mel Warren. So Bonnie and Mel, can you come up? Okay. If you want to stand right here. Thank you for being here. So Bonnie and Mel Warren, who were recently honored by the Arizona Library Association as the Library Volunteers of the Year for the state of Arizona. Since moving to Casa Grande in 2011, Bonnie and Mel have become an indispensable part of the Casa Grande Public Library. Both are dedicated, dependable, and deeply committed to supporting our libraries in every possible way. Bonnie, a retired librarian, serves as treasurer of the Friends of the Library. Together, she and Mel coordinate the Friends' ongoing and annual book sales at both library locations. They handle all the heavy lifting, collecting, sorting, and organizing thousands of donated books each year. Their hard work and teamwork have helped the Friends of the Library contribute well over $200,000 to make vital programs possible, such as the summer reading program, Charlie Cart cooking classes, and the bookmobile. Their passion for the library is evident in everything they do. As Bonnie likes to say, being with the staff and volunteers at the library feels like having her old job back. She's never really had to retire. Well, you don't get paid for this one, though, right? I know. Yeah, okay. So on behalf of the City of Casa Grande, we extend our heartfelt appreciation and congratulations to Bonnie and Mel Warren for this well-deserved recognition as Arizona's Library Volunteers of the Year. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you again. Thank you for being here.
They ought to have a banquet or something of
Yeah.
the year.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine matters and will be enacted by one motion and one roll call vote of the council. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or member of the public so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence of the agenda. Is there anything that anyone would like to pull from the agenda? Any council members, staff, or anyone from the public?
Mayor
Okay.
Fitzgibbons, I would move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Okay, if we can get a roll call vote, please, Adriana.
Councilmember Ramo? Yes. Councilmember Dugan?
Yes.
Councilmember B. Dillon?
Yes.
Councilmember Edwards?
Yes.
Councilmember Huddleston?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Herman?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgibbons?
Yes,
Motion passes.
thank you. Okay, public comments. If anyone would like to address the council, now is the time. I do have one speaker card, so I'll go ahead and start with that. Barbara Sundust, if you can come up and give us your address, please. You know the drill, Barbara.
I know the drill. 1273 East Cordova Avenue, Casa Grande, Arizona. Actually, I feel more of a sense of urgency now than all the other times I've been here, I guess, because like I read the editorial in the Dispatch about how successful the new ordinance is and how everybody is so happy that we have the parks and they're open to the people and everything is so wonderful. And I'm not sad about that, or I'm not complaining about it, but I feel a sense of just, okay, out of sight, out of mind. And these people are wherever they are. And like the last time I was at Laundry Love, one of the young men who was homeless, he lost a job, and he said he'd probably have to go back to the reservation. He didn't want to do that because what's the future in that if he was here and had a chance to look for a job and a chance to be. So, I mean, we have a committee of people who meet, and we're trying to find an encampment area, some place where these homeless people they want to be in their tents. So for whatever reason, we can't judge that. They want to be in their tents, and they're just ordinary people who want to be in their tents and who are trying to survive and get jobs or do whatever they can do, get some learning experience. So I feel like if we could get a piece of land for them in some place, not in the city and not in the park, but someplace near enough so they could come get their services. And so we've talked about it, and I know people on the city council and Steve are working on a place, but this is a relatively small town. We should be able to pool together to help each other solve this problem. So if there's people that have land that they'd be willing to open up for an encampment, we could have somebody could donate bricks or fence material. We could have people who help put up showers and restroom areas so that they would have a place to be. And we could have a committee of a policeman, city council, some of the people who would be living there, get together and write up a list of rules. Nobody's saying they're just there's gonna be rules, and they're willing to follow that. Some of the people that I know from Laundry Love they want to be in a place like that. That's all they want. And if they can get jobs and they can help out here and there, they're willing to do it. So I'm really pleading with the city of Casa Grande to help make this happen. I think what a beautiful thing if as a city we would come to help these people and give them a place to stay. And then the next thing's going to be a shelter for old people like me. Anyway, thank you for listening.
Thank you, Barbara. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Okay, we'll go ahead and close the public comments. Okay, where am I here again? Sorry, I lost my page here. Okay, so we're on item I1, and that's going to be, let's see, Dwayne, is that you? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I lost my place here. Hey, Dwayne.
Staff recommends that mayor and city council approve the award of job order contracts for transportation construction services to the 6 highest ranked contractors from the competitive selection process, and the establishment of an annual cumulative JOC contract authority of up to $10 million and approval for individual job orders not to exceed $3 million. The Public Works Department issued a request for qualifications for transportation construction services under the job order contract delivery method. The job order contract process allows the city to efficiently complete transportation-related projects, including minor and major street construction and associated work, which is essential to the city's capital improvement program and other department needs. Following the qualification-based selection process, the city has selected the following top 6 firms: Ellison Mills Contracting, Hunter Contracting, DBA Construction, Aiken Gardner Construction, Cactus Asphalt, and Ames Construction. Each JOC contract will be for an initial term of 1 year, with the option for up to 3 additional 1-year renewals based on performance and city needs. The city intends to issue job orders of varying sizes throughout the term. Funding for the JOC contracts will come from the adopted annual public works budgets, including the CIP, allocations for transportation-related projects. No new funding is requested. With that, what are your questions?
Okay. Thank you, Dwayne. Are there any questions?
No.
Comments? No? So maybe just a clarification, and I think we talked about it, but even though these 6 companies have been, selected, will we still, once the project comes up, we'll put it out to bid for these 6 companies? Is that what's going to happen?
No, in this case, we can just select one of them to get a proposal from them and do the project. We don't have to put it out for bid again.
We don't. So how do you select which company is going to get which project?
Well, as I said, they give us a proposal,
Oh, okay.
an estimate of what it's gonna cost, and we look at that, see if it makes sense, and if they're the right construction firm to do the project.
Okay, so they're going to submit a proposal. So I guess
Yes.
not a bid, but it'll submit the proposal on the project. Okay. That's
Kind
what I
of like the
just
same thing we do with hiring consultants with our professional services.
wanted. Okay. Okay, sure.
But these are all budgeted items
Yes.
already, correct?
Yes.
No more questions, comments? Okay. If we can get a resolution number, please, Adriana.
Resolution number 5844, a resolution of the Council of the City of Casa Grande, Arizona, accepting 6 job order contracts from various companies for transportation construction services, authorizing the expenditure of public funds not to exceed $3 million per job order and not to exceed $10 million for all job orders per fiscal year, and authorizing the execution by the city manager of the agreements.
Can I clarify something there? It's $3 million per task, but only $10 million for each individual contractor. They can't get more than $10 million per project.
It's 10 million aggregate,
Total,
all contractors.
for all of them. Okay. Okay, so if we can get a motion.
Mayor Fitzgerald, I move that we approve resolution number 5844 as presented.
Second?
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Okay, Adriana, if we can get a roll call vote?
Councilmember Romo?
Yes.
Councilmember Dugan?
Yes.
Councilmember B. Dillon?
Yes.
Councilmember Edwards?
Yes.
Councilmember Huddleston?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Herman?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgibbons?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Okay, next item, is that you also, Dwayne?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Clark's here to help answer questions. though.
okay.
So staff recommends the mayor and city council award a contract to B&F Contracting to provide CMAR pre-construction services for the traffic signal at North Pueblo Drive and East Cottonwood Lane for an amount not to exceed $47,824. The city published a request for qualifications and received a total of 2 statements of qualification. B&F Contracting was selected as the most qualified contractor to provide pre-construction and construction services for the traffic signal. The scope of this work will include pre-construction and construction services for the city's planned traffic signal at the intersection of Pueblo Drive and Cottonwood Lane. These pre-construction services will include design reviews, cost estimating, utility coordination, value engineering, and development of a guaranteed maximum price for construction. The GMP contracts will be submitted for review and approved at a future request for council actions. Pre-construction services will be billed on a one-time basis, not to exceed $47,824. With that, what are your questions?
Hey, any questions, comments?
Yeah.
Sure.
What's the construction budget for this one?
You want to start answering questions, Clark? Clark? Clark?
We're anticipating the construction budget will not exceed 900,000 for this project.
900,000?
Yes, sir.
And then I gotta ask, what was the driver to go to procure through a CMAR with a pre-construction phase versus just putting this out
Let
for?
me start with that one, Clark. So we've been using almost exclusively CMARs for construction projects. We find that, you know, we get to pick the contractor, which makes sometimes we get a bad contractor. And once that happens, there's not much we can do. For example, on traffic signals, ADOT built 3 signals here recently and used low bid, and they all 3 had real problems. Like one contractor didn't even know how to wire the cabinet for the traffic signal. So that's one reason we like CMAR. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, Clark.
Yeah, I'm managing the contract for this particular project. And one of the benefits that I'm seeing is there are unknowns out there that we need to have explored that will get us the lowest possible price and also eliminate from their bid risk. So for example, at this particular intersection, we have conduits that were installed with a previous project, but we don't know if those had collapsed or they're still viable to push our conductor through. Significant savings versus going ahead and allowing them to bid on risk. They don't know, so they may go ahead and add another 20, 30,000 to the bid just to go ahead and drill those conduits in if no one has checked them. So that's just one of example. Utilities, how they're getting power, all of those kind of things can be worked through, and they're a party to the exploration and elimination of the risk, so that we get that's the value in driving that price down with the investment up front.
Okay, and you're gonna use an ICE?
I'm sorry, what?
You're gonna use an independent cost estimator? As
Yes,
comparison during,
we do that with all our
once the
CMARs.
GMP comes through? Okay.
One other
Anything else,
thing, we
Mike?
did look at progressive design build, and we are using that on a project we didn't think that, you want to mention something about that?
It's the scale of the project.
Yes.
You know, there's a certain threshold that makes sense to graduate from a CMAR type to a progressive design build type contract.
You good? Any more
good.
questions? Okay.
I
Okay,
would ask,
sure. Go ahead, Anthony.
is there a reason why we're putting a light at this particular area? Is there a reason why we decided to put a light there? I know there's 2 other lights right after this.
Right. Warrants were met, so there are national standards for warrants when a signal is needed, and this intersection has met those warrants.
Okay, and I'm just trying to think out the box here, because I mean, it's quite a bit of money, as Councilmember Dillon, and I know there's other areas where we're gonna need lights. And that's why I'm asking the question, you know, and you're saying that the reason why we're putting a light here is because this is one of the requirements they're asking us to do.
Understand? Right. So the decision, when you may be able to speak to a prioritization, I will.
Well, let me talk about some of the signals that we're also designing right now that are somewhat in this area. At O'Neill and Peart, we have a signals construction going to start in January. Forgot where the other one was.
Well, I guess my question
So
is, with this street here,
So we
Cottonwood,
prioritize
there's
Right.
like
amount of
2
traffic,
other lights
amount
right
of
after
traffic,
this.
crashes, all those sorts of things. We have most of the intersections, major intersections prioritized already. And so this one came close to the top, and we selected it. But we have a plan to do a number of traffic signals around town. We only have enough funds to do so many a year, but we're,
Right. And this is just one of the priority ones of the higher part of your list?
Right, this one's been a priority for a long time.
Okay.
When the school first was constructed, we did a study
Right.
on this intersection and on O'Neill and Treckle. And they both came out pretty close together, but we went with O'Neill and Treckle knowing that we were gonna have to do this intersection fairly soon.
And I think the concerns, and we're getting it from the public too, is because I get that it warrants it, because a lot of it is accidents, traffic, but because they're so close together, did they take that into consideration when it was prioritized? Because is it gonna create, bottleneck? I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to think of traffic flow. Here, we're trying to make traffic flow easier.
That's great.
So I think, I don't know if that's what you're trying
Yes.
to, that's where I want to know is because the public is seeing that we're putting another stoplight there when you have already a
Two of
couple
them.
stoplights. So do they take that into consideration, Dwayne, when we say we're going to put another
Yes,
light there?
the
that they're so
minimum
close together?
distance that we like to do a signal is a quarter mile,
A quarter mile?
and this is a quarter mile.
Okay, so that's the minimum, is a
Right,
quarter
now, I'm
mile.
not saying once in a while we don't put something closer than that, but it
Right.
has to be special circumstances to do that.
Okay. So when you were doing traffic counts and traffic flow and everything, putting another stoplight there isn't going to create more congestion or?
Stop and go.
Yeah, stop and go.
You want to take that?
Yeah, in selecting the quarter mile spacing, what we're doing is we're looking at the probability of being able to provide a smooth flow
Okay.
through a corridor. If you get irregular spacings or too short of spacings, it becomes more difficult, the term is progression, to get a platoon, a group of vehicles to move through from signal to signal in that platoon. A quarter mile spacing is one that we can go ahead and fairly reliably catch a majority of traffic in that platoon moving through town.
Okay. Okay, sure, Pat.
Yeah, kind of along the same lines. I mean, that's what I would call a three-way intersection, because the south is a dead end into a parking lot there, which leads me to question this and spending the money on this signal. And have we also thought about the fact that we are gonna put O'Neill through to Peart and Colorado through from, would that help alleviate the traffic that might be needed at this signal? And this is something where and I'll admit, I'm not a traffic engineer, and you guys are, but where I would say, would we try a temporary signal here to see if it works and how it works for people before we spend all that money on it, before we get all these other roads designed? Because looking forward, I'm thinking it might change the pattern of people driving once Colorado and O'Neill are completed.
Yeah, certainly, there's going to be that effect. One of the things that we historically have been working with is old equipment. With the new equipment that we're now installing, we can look at different sequences or different, we can go ahead and skip cycles when there's no one in the queue coming down Pueblo, for example. If there's no one at the light, it will skip a sequence and not turn red on Cottonwood. So because we're putting in new equipment, we have more options in order to keep free flow traffic during non-peak periods on the main roads, if that makes sense.
Then you ask about, will these eliminate the other signals, eliminate the need for one here? So we do extensive traffic modeling on all our arterials, and the model with all the development going on, the apartments being built, that we will still need those signals and this signal.
And you have the data, like I didn't see it in the RFP with the data, crash data and stuff for that intersection.
Traffic modeling,
Yeah.
no, I don't think we included that in this.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm getting a lot of pushback on this from people and myself, and I'm questioning, again, I'm not a traffic engineer, but it's just seeming like it's really close to other big ones, and that area isn't built out yet with all the roads in it.
So we're talking these signals, some of them are a year and a half, 2 years away. So that gives time for more construction to happen. But we take all of the buildings and so on, the land use, and we can convert that into traffic. And the model tells us where the traffic's coming and going. And that's part of what we use to decide we need this signal. Can I add anything, Clark?
So Larry, is there a way we can get some of that data? Because it seems like we're all kind of like not, I mean, I get it that you see that this is a priority and everything, but is there a way for us to look at some of that before we move forward on this? Because I get that it's just, I mean, not just, but it's just the what is it, construction manager at risk, but it's still $40-something thousand that we're going to invest in this, right? So, I mean, I think it would be helpful if we all had more information on it.
I'm going to look at Mr. Itel and how much data is available for this particular intersection that could be made available to the council.
Well, quite a bit. We could
Yeah.
extract data from the model and show you the traffic counts on the different roads.
I think it would help, Dwayne, because we are getting some pushback and people are I mean, look, I mean, we also, obviously the public is very concerned about traffic flow, waits at stoplights. I get it. I understand, but I think if we had more information, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but,
Absolutely.
I think if we had more information, then we can share with the public again, a little bit more why, this intersection and what we're planning. So if you already have some of that data, if you can we maybe bump it to the next one, or is that gonna delay your, timeline and your process? Quite a bit. I mean, I know it's gonna delay it, but.
Well, I don't know that, if we could put it in the next council meeting, I don't think
Yeah.
that would be a severe problem for us,
It would be?
time-wise. It would be.
Oh, it would be. Oh, I
2
thought you
weeks
said it
is
would be. Okay.
3 weeks. It's not gonna make that much difference.
Okay.
So perhaps, Madam Mayor, the idea is to table this pending the additional data to the next meeting.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Do we need a resolution?
Just
So you
to,
need just a motion to table.
Okay. I move to table resolution number 5845 until the next council meeting.
Second.
okay, there's been a motion and a second to table resolution number 5845. All those in favor, oh no, we need a roll call vote, don't we, Adriana?
No.
Okay. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you, Dwayne and Clark, thank you for doing that for us. Okay, item I3, looks like you.
Good evening, Mayor, members of
Richard.
the City Council. Tonight, staff is recommending that the City Council authorize the city manager to enter into an agreement with the retail coach for retail recruitment services. Recruiting retail and commercial business is a competitive effort that requires expertise, precision, strong relationships with industry leaders. Cities that partner with professional firms specializing in retail and commercial recruitment position themselves for long-term success. These firms provide advanced market research and gap analysis to identify the businesses that best fit the city's demographics, trade area, and future growth. In addition, they help identify and develop marketing materials for available sites, and they leverage existing relationships with corporate decision makers to open doors that staff just don't have the access to. Their knowledge of national and regional retail trends helps ensure that recruitment strategies are targeted, proactive, and aligned with city goals and market realities. By engaging a professional recruitment firm, cities can accelerate business attraction, minimize the risk of unsuccessful outreach, and secure a diverse mix of retailers and services that meet residents' needs and wants. The outcome is greater retail choice, stronger sales tax revenue, job creation, and enhanced quality of life of our community. So in our efforts, we solicit proposals from 3 of the major companies that are out there, Placer AI, Retail Strategies, and the Retail Coach. Placer AI, while a very prominent player in the data sector, just doesn't offer many of the other more important services that we are seeking. The 2 other companies, Retail Strategies and the Retail Coach, can provide very similar services and deliverables that should meet our needs, including market analysis, retail demand analysis, develop targeted lists of retailers and developers. Those are things that pretty much most of the companies can do. But what these 2 companies add into that is a real estate assessment of existing vacant spaces and available pads for retail opportunities. They assist, and they'll leveraging their experience help assist us with developing a retail strategy. Marketing materials, specialized recruitment packages and reports, online platforms that make it easy for developers and brokers to find information about the community and the existing opportunities. And most importantly, actively recruit retailers and developers using their networks and attending trade shows and conferences, basically extending, almost like extending our staff. The extension, they actively will go out and do that for us. The main difference between the two proposals is that Retail Strategies was requiring a 3-year contract at $50,000 per year, while the Retail Coach proposal only calls for a 1-year contract at $40,000 that can be renewed up to 2 times for 1 year if we determine that it would be in our best best interest, basically prove that they're meeting our expectations. And with that, I stand ready to answer any questions.
Thank you, Richard. Any questions, comments? Matt, sure.
But I know we've done these programs before and we're doing it. We have used them just so people know it's not our first time.
Yeah.
And I know that you and your small but mighty staff do go to things and recruit people. This is just another tool in our toolbox. And this is how when we get requests from people in town, hey, we want to brand X this supermarket, this helps us to target what will come here because they're just looking, these big companies are just looking for these boxes, right? This population, this demographic, but this will help sell it a little more. Hey, I mean, we're not quite there, but this, we do have this for you. So am I on the right track?
Oh, you are absolutely right. We have done this in the past, and we've used other companies. We did not solicit a proposal from that other company because we've tried them twice and it didn't work out for us. But you're absolutely right in this things. We go out there and we do the best we can. There's 2 of us that does all the economic development efforts in the city, from recruitment of businesses to workforce development to doing our marketing. We go to the trade shows and try to solicit, recruit retailers. These individuals, these companies are specialized in that. So they have, the Retail Coach has over 24 years in the industry. They have offices around the country. They've got people with networks that we just don't have. And a lot of this retail stuff is, they'll sit down with us and they'll hear what we want. And then they'll also do that market analysis and say, okay, these companies are what we're looking at, and these are good fits for you. But they'll also incorporate into the projected growth to help. Because a lot of these companies, like you said, a lot of retailers are like, well, if you don't have X amount of people within a 3-mile radius, then we're not going to look at you. But they'll help us develop a strategy that will look towards some of those Costco's and Target's and Trader Joe's and all of those other companies or stores that people want to come into our community. We're going to get there. This company is going to help us do that because they'll help us be realistic, but aggressively help us by going out and utilizing, I'll call Joe, I'll call Deborah, whatever it is, with those established networks. Knowing somebody is key in this situation. And unfortunately, Brian and I do a pretty good job of doing the recruitment of the recruitment of businesses here and small business. We're working on small business support and workforce development. We just don't have the bandwidth, but also that 24 years of contacts that this company does, and that's why this will help us achieve our goals and get some of those different flavors in the community that we're all looking for. But you're right, this has been your top priority. You said, Richard, go get it done. And so this is a tool that we can basically utilize to help us get what we want.
Sure, Becca.
What is the success rate of these companies as far as bringing in more businesses with the cities that they've worked with?
Each community is different, and basically, but I mean, more than 6 million square feet of new retail recruited in the last 5 years. I mean, that's in there. So I have to believe the marketing materials, but again, 24 years of experience in this field. And each community is going to be a little different. They're going to have success rates, but they're well connected and they have a success track rate. And one of the best things about this option is it's a 1 year, and so we're not paying for three years at a higher rate. We're paying for 1 year, and they're going to help us. They've even said monthly calls to make sure that we're involved with this. They're keeping us updated. And, if they're talking with some people, some companies, they said that we can get involved with that too. So that's gonna help our education too. So at the end of the day, we're gonna be having a strategy that's been developed. We'll learn a lot from just the experience of working with these individuals, and we're gonna get these marketing packages for these vacant spaces and pads that we can use next year. So it's not like we're just dependent on them solely. We're gonna have deliverables that we'll be able to utilize in the future too.
Brett, did you have a question?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, and I think you just clarified it, that they do look at the existing open spaces we have now to help us fill it in. I think that's huge.
Yeah, they'll
That's
take a look
definitely one
at,
of the things we want.
they'll take a look at egress, they'll do aerial drone footage. They help put together specialized marketing packages for these sites too.
That's good, I like that.
Well, and the good thing, it is a year.
Yeah.
And so I think it's good for us, just to kind of collect the data, how many contacts they made. Hopefully getting some feedback on, where we are. Are we meeting the demographics of, some of these businesses? So then we can, see what is that threshold and what do we need to, get to, for some of these. Because there are so many people that bring up so many different stores that they want, and you're not calling every single retail restaurant or, in the country. So I guess with those contexts, it'll be really helpful. So,
They'll do
no,
a
I think
full-
it'll be good.
So sorry ma'am, they'll do a full psychodemographic
Right.
workup for the community. So it goes into details and,
Okay. Thank you, Richard. Any other questions or comments?
I just like that 1 year,
Sure.
contract. That's
Yeah.
great.
So collect as much information from
Will
them
do,
as you
ma'am.
can. Okay, so if we can get a resolution number, please.
Resolution number 5846, a resolution of the Council of the City of Casa Grande, Arizona, accepting the proposal for professional services from the Retail Coach to provide retail recruitment services, authorizing expenditures of public funds, and authorizing the execution of a contract.
Mayor Fitzgibbons, I move that we approve resolution number 5846 as presented.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If we can get a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Romo?
Yes.
Councilmember Dugan?
Yes.
Councilmember B. Dillon?
Yes.
Councilmember Edwards?
Yes.
Councilmember Huddleston?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Herman?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgibbons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Okay, we have a couple appointments here. The first one is Sean Calvert to the Fire Personnel Retirement Board. I don't think I see him here. So, thank you, Sean, for your participation on this board. So if we can get a motion to appoint Sean.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, item J2 is the appointment of Charles Wright to the Police Personnel Retirement Board within a term to extend through April 4th, 2029. Chuck, you're here today, so this is, if you want to stand really quick. Chuck, thank you very much for participating, and we welcome you to this board. So if I can get a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thanks again. And then Brad's here. I see Brad there. Brad, you want to stand up? There's Brad. We want to thank you, Brad, for agreeing to participate on the Public Safety Advisory Board with the term to extend through October 9th, 2028. If I can get a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, welcome. Thank you again for all of you. Okay, item K1. Dwayne.
So staff recommends the mayor and city council accept and execute an intergovernmental agreement with Pinal County Flood Control District for the investigation and analysis of the North Branch of the Santa Cruz Wash. The City of Casa Grande's capital improvement plan identified 2 local community flood control projects associated with the North Branch of the Santa Cruz Wash. The project will investigate storm flows and analyze flooding hazards associated with the wash. The projects are in the vicinity of Maricopa Casa Grande Highway between Bianco Road and Pinal, and from Pinal Avenue to Pier Road, approximately 6 miles, all within the city limits. As the Wash is a regional waterway, the city approached Pinal County Flood Control District to participate in the study and to leverage Pinal County Flood Control District funding with City of Casa Grande funds. The completed project will provide the following benefits: develop hydrological and hydraulic analysis of the Wash, define drainage issues based on comprehensive engineering study, and advance alternatives and design concepts for physical drainage improvements to mitigate the drainage issues identified. The project will be administered by Pinal County Flood Control District with participation, review, and oversight by the City of Casa Grande Public Works Department. The full cost of the project is $900,000, combining City of Casa Grande CIP projects, the North Branch of the Santa Cruz, CIP project, North Branch of the Santa Cruz Wash Study from Pinal to Pier, for a total city budget of $650,000, with Pinal County participating with $250,000 of funding. Sorry about my voice breaking up here. So with that, what are your questions?
Any questions, comments? Nope. No questions, comments. Okay, if we can get a resolution number, please.
Resolution number 5843, a resolution of the Council of the City of Casa Grande, Arizona, authorizing an intergovernmental agreement between Pinal County Flood Control District and the City of Casa Grande for the investigation and analysis of the North Branch of the Santa Cruz Wash, authorizing the execution of an agreement and authorizing the transfer of budget authority.
Mayor Fitzgibbons, I move for approval of resolution number 5843 as presented.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Okay, if we can get a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Remo?
Yes.
Councilmember Dugan?
Yes.
Councilmember B. Dillon?
Yes.
Councilmember Edwards?
Yes.
Councilmember Hiddleston?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Herman?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgibbons?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Okay, item K2, Dan.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and members of the council. Before you is a proposed city code amendment that aligns with recent state law changes regarding administrative review. At your September meeting, council approved amendments to the city code allowing for administrative review and approval of site plans. Tonight's item represents the second phase of that effort, extending administrative review and approval to subdivision plats and other lot modifications. The ordinance updates several chapters of Title 16 of the City Code. Most of the revisions involve removing requirements for public hearings and instead delegating those responsibilities to city staff. To minimize the number of variance requests for block length in a subdivision, the amended code introduces a flexible standard. Blocks over 600 feet will be permitted if traffic calming device or traffic calming measures are included, eliminating the need for the variance. Blocks exceeding 1,320 feet, which is also a quarter mile, will still require city council approval, though such requests are expected to be rare. A new chapter is being added to the streamlined process for lot adjustments. Simple actions like adjusting a shared property line will no longer require a full subdivision plat, significantly reducing time and cost for property owners while preserving regulatory oversight. Even as subdivision plats move to an administrative approval, the citizen review process approved by City Council in September ensures continued public awareness and participation. For every qualifying application, staff will mail notices to property owners within 300 feet, which provides opportunities for public comment and community feedback before final action by staff. This will ensure the process remains transparent, accessible, and inclusive for all stakeholders. that concludes my presentation. I can answer any questions you have.
Okay, any questions, comments? I know, we're like not excited about it really, but we have to.
State law.
I know, yes, we have to do this, don't we, Dan?
We don't have to, I guess.
Okay, so I guess no questions or comments, so we'll go ahead and, so what do we do here? Should I do the first resolution?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is, because of the size of these changes, we're doing the same thing that we do often, which
Right.
is you're first going to adopt a resolution that makes the entire document a public record.
Okay.
And then you'll adopt the ordinance, which adopts the contents of that public record.
Okay, okay, so we'll start with the first resolution.
Mayor Fitzgibbons, I'm sorry,
Oh,
resolution,
yeah.
sorry.
Resolution number 5847, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Casa Grande, Arizona, declaring as a public record a certain document amending and restating Title 16 subdivisions of the city of Casa Grande Municipal Code.
All right, Mayor Fitzgibbons. I move to approve resolution number 5847 as presented.
Second. Okay, there's been a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, if we can get a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Romo?
Yes.
Councilmember Dugan?
Yes.
Councilmember B. Dillon?
Yes.
Councilmember Edwards?
Yes.
Councilmember Huddleston?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Herman?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgibbons?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Okay, now an ordinance number.
Ordinance number 3483, an ordinance of the City of Casa Grande, Arizona, amending and restating Title 16 subdivisions of the City of Casa Grande Municipal Code, setting forth a penalty provision for violations of Title 16, establishing the severability of the various sections of the ordinance, and establishing an effective date.
Mayor Fitzgibbons, I move to approve ordinance number 3483.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, if we can get a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Romo?
Yes.
Councilmember Dugan?
Yes.
Councilmember B. Dillon?
Yes.
Councilmember Edwards?
Yes.
Councilmember Huddleston?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Herman?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgibbons?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with reports before we go into the executive session. So if we can start over here with you, Becca.
I had the opportunity to judge the costume contest at the Harvest Festival.
I like it, opportunity.
And it was really fun. It was really hard, and there was one set where we kind of cheated and we voted for two. So sorry, Danny, I didn't do that right. But it was a lot of fun, and it was amazing to see just how many people were out there and what you've done with the festival, and just I had so many people talk about just what an amazing time they had and just how everything was set up. And so I just really appreciate all of the work that you guys did. And it's great to see events like that in our community that have so many people coming to them. And then we got to participate in the Veterans Day parade, and having family members who are in the military. I just always love to take that opportunity to honor our veterans, and so that was just something very close to my heart, and I appreciated to be able to do that. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Casa Grande Union's cheerleaders, because they've gone to so many different events that I've been at, and I just appreciate what the two coaches, Michelle and Katie, are doing just to have that like community service for our younger generation. I think that's so important. And then CG Alliance was on our campus as well at Cactus, and it was great to celebrate Red Ribbon Week with them, and I just appreciate all that they're doing for our community as well.
Thank you. Brett, how about you?
No, I also got to go on the Veterans Day Parade. It was good turnout. Look forward to seeing that grow even more. I think it's such an important thing. I'd love to see more involvement, but I thought it was really good. And I brought up a challenge a couple weeks ago on a dog bite suit. So now I've got the challenge. U of A versus ASU.
Uh-oh.
Losing team wears it. So you guys have an advantage. There's
Yeah.
6 of you against me. Us excluded. But I'm willing to take that on, then you guys, once ASU loses, then you guys can determine.
I feel like you just want to wear that suit. I feel like you just, if you want to
Not
do
this
it,
year.
you just
Just
do
do
it.
it.
This
Just
year.
do it.
Yes,
I think
yeah.
all 5 of you get multiple targets.
Is it all of us? Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so, sorry.
That's all right.
That's good, okay.
That's all I got.
Thank you. Okay, Bob.
No report, thank you.
Okay, Matt.
We had the Youth Commission Shred Day at First American Credit Union, and we filled up the truck before the end of the day. It was a great day. So we had a lot of community support and a lot of participation, and thank them. We actually had didn't get it all dumped in the, into the truck in time. So Pinal County Federal Credit Union paid for another truck. So it was very nice of them to do that. And also, I'm looking at my notes here. Gabe, Mel, and Gil from the Public Works Department were very helpful, as always, with our e-cycle and collecting boxes and bringing the trucks and the cones and everything else. So we can't do it without that department either. And of course, the kids. And then last weekend, of course, the Veterans Parade, which thanks to JR, that's the big cop that was retired. He drove our truck. He was great.
Lawson, right?
Huh? Lawson,
Lawson.
yeah. JR Lawson. And Larry, thanks for putting that trailer. That's our new
Vehicle.
we like that, yeah.
We'll be ready
Comfortable.
next year.
Yes. And also the Harvest Festival, Danny. I was working the booth there. I think we gave out over 40 pounds of candy. Like, it was insanely great. And a lot of the parents were like, hey, we get to wear our costumes more than just one night. So they were pretty excited. And there were so many people dressed up, man. It was a great event. And then on Saturday, I also got to judge I guess it'd be the Mayor Pro Tem's choice, because the mayor wasn't there. But, so we had to judge the car show, and Crossroads Church puts on Thunderfest after the Veterans Parade, and there's over 250 cars in the show, bands, booths, everything. It's a great event, good community event, and so many people in beautiful weather that day to do that. And then also, as Becca said, with the cheerleaders, but the band was like the best part of, or one of the best parts of the Veterans Parade, and the Union High School band won a competition the week before. And I was talking to the director that day. I was like, "Oh, you guys are doing this?" He goes, "Yeah." And then the kids are meeting back at the school at 2:00 and performing at U of A at 8:45.
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow!" So they're a great band and got a great director. So just all part of being in a great community. That's all I have.
Thank you. Anthony?
I missed the parade this year.
I know you did.
The fire truck wasn't there, but I heard we had wonderful transportation. And so, but no reports. Just so thankful to be here.
Thank you. Okay. Sean?
Well, this weekend is the Casa Grande FFA Steak Fry at Union High School. It's coming. It came up fast this year, so it's Friday, November 7th. Tickets are $20 per person. It includes an entry door prizes and stuff like that. You can buy them at the school. As you go in, there will be a place to buy the tickets there. If you can't find an FFA member from your local community or neighbors or wherever to buy the tickets, the kids are all out selling them. But yeah, and they have a drive-through. So if you got a ticket, you don't have to go eat there. You don't have to walk in. You can actually just roll your car right through there, and supports the FFA. Great organization for our Union High School and for the whole community. So make sure and show your support and buy a steak. Great steaks too. They buy quality meat.
Very good. Thank you. And so, yeah, no, as far as the Veterans Day Parade, thanks again to Larry, staff for scrambling, Casa Grande PD for getting the trailer and the transportation. Thank you, Chief, for arranging that. The city offices will be closed Veterans Day. So next Tuesday, the 11th, they will be closed. This is the first year, right, that the city offices will be closed. So just FYI to everyone, but we're happy to be there or closed to celebrate Veterans Day. Just a reminder, tomorrow is the last day to turn in your ballots for the propositions that are on the ballot. So if you have a yellow envelope at home and you haven't voted, please make sure by tomorrow at 7 p.m. you turn in your ballot. Please make sure you do that. So, Danny, I know you've heard from all of us on the Harvest Festival. Really great event. And thank you just to all your staff, all of our police department, our fire department that were there, all the many volunteers It really was a great event, and it's just, I hope it shows all, all of us and our staff and everyone how much our community wants these events. They're family-friendly, free events for people to come and participate. So good job. Of course, there's always something to learn, but that event just gets bigger and bigger. It just went on forever. I mean, it was just like there was so much going on. So just a great deal there. So again, thank you to Casa Grande PD. Did their traffic enforcement detail last week, for 2 days. Chief, thank you very much. Of course, we always get concerns about the traffic on Pinal, and with that enforcement, you guys probably read, they gave about 117, they had 117 traffic stops that included speeding, drug, and DUI arrests. So we appreciate everything you're doing to just try to, get traffic on that road slowing down. So thank you very much. And just a thank you to, we're all hearing everything going on in our community and on the government shutdown and the struggles that our community members are facing. And so it's just so nice to see the community coming together. Jody, thank you for the beautiful article that you put together of all the different nonprofits and just general community members that are coming together to serve, to make meals, to donate to our food banks, and just just giving a helping hand and helping those in need. So a lot of our food banks and nonprofits are definitely running low on food, so there's definitely, people are looking for donations. So if there's anything you want to do, please make sure you contribute to some of these food banks, because they're getting an unbelievable number of people that are coming, and they're very, very short with food to distribute. So thank you to all those community members for everything that they're doing. So with that, we'll go ahead and close the meeting and go into the executive session. So thank you all for coming tonight, and we'll see you at the next meeting.
Mayor.
Yes, over.